Welcome, everybody, to the Tipped and Step podcast with your host, Cade Alvarez and
Jarod Sturridge.
Happy Mother's Day. Now, Jarod, you hate your mother, correct?
Weren't we just talking about projection a second ago?
I love my mother.
You do.
Do you love your mother?
Of course I do.
My mother got a text today because I worked on Mother's Day. I worked today, so she got a Happy Mother's Day. I love you. That is what she got.
For some, that's enough. And that's fine. You know?
She doesn't need a Facebook post.
That's what I'm saying.
Some people think they need to do that. Some people feel they need to do that. Some people need to do that.
Yeah, I know.
I don't need to do that. Also, I don't think I have a picture of me and my mom. The last picture of me and my mom together, just me and her, was taken 4 years ago.
So not really the way you'd like to be seen or shared. Not the most strong representation of you right now.
Yes.
But I probably would post old pictures of my mom and I if I was... I don't really post stuff on, like, family things like that. I don't really care to do that.
Well, your family doesn't care, doesn't even want you to do that.
No, they don't. That doesn't matter.
Well,
no one's looking at it. What is it?
But
it's
they don't
so
want
dumb.
you to do it specifically. Like, they rather have
Dude, I should just start doing it to my sister. Like to my sisters, like every family. I should just start posting the most, like, in-depth posts for their birthdays and shit just to see how they respond. They'll be like, God, why do I have to be a known associate of Jarod Sturridge today?
Yes.
Now everybody knows. They'll know at the wedding. I'll make my presence known. They said you could come if I didn't bring Raven.
Well, you're not bringing Raven.
I'm bringing Raven, but if I didn't bring Raven, they were like, if it even lasts. That's what my sister said to me. Which was, they were like, that is if you're still together at that time. I'm like, damn.
When's the wedding?
Damn. October or something.
So there's a chance.
Wait a second. When is King Giz? The Red Rocks.
Uh-oh.
Dude, I might be missing this wedding.
Can I have a spot? Oh.
What? Yeah, we'll go.
I'll take his spot.
We'll go. Wait.
I think
when's the wedding?
October 15th.
Ooh, we're in Colorado.
I think we'll be in Fuck. They'll reschedule for me.
Hold on.
Dude, I might not be able to go to this wedding. I just realized.
October 10th.
And what?
And 11th, right?
Yeah.
When's the Radius show? That's the 17th.
I don't have tickets.
You don't
for
have
that.
to. Well,
no.
You weren't invited anyway.
That's fine. I'm seeing King Giz 3 times total this year, which is awesome.
Yeah, because you decided to go to Bonnaroo.
Yes, sir.
Do you even have Bonnaroo money?
I'm paid off. I'm paid up. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. It wasn't that bad.
Yeah.
It wasn't that bad.
Over time. It's, you do like a payment plan.
Yeah.
Over time, it's fine.
Mm-hmm. What was I going to say? Oh, we can just go to Colorado for the week leading up to that then. Because I want to spend like a few days there. Wasn't that the plan to kind of spend a couple days outside of the shows there?
Well, we had to ask our other friend.
Oh, yeah. I'm sure he'd love to.
I'm excited to go to Colorado.
Me too.
It'll be a fun time. We'll be menaces. I'll be 22 by then.
Yes, you will.
And a whore.
You already are.
That's okay.
But could you be a whore in Colorado?
Absolutely. You two would make room. I
would not make room. I would ignore you and whatever slug you scooped up at the bar.
What slug? Why does that have to be the bar?
I imagine it'll be at a bar.
Interesting.
Not maybe a Tinder. Maybe like a weed bar or something.
Not a Tinder date.
Maybe.
I'm in town. What you doing?
I mean, still slugs.
It's slugs.
No, the Colorado people are really on Tinder that I've matched with. They were something. They were nice.
I'm surprised anyone matched with you.
Thank you. Because
that
means that
looks.
I surprised you. That means that
that's fair.
I exceeded expectations.
Did you do anything for Mother's Day?
Yeah, I just went and saw my mom. Got her some flowers.
You got
like a hanging basket, something she can actually water outside.
What color?
White and yellow, like little flowers.
The rule is no yellow.
That's not the rule. What do you think? What rule?
What did you get your mother for Mother's Day, Bryce?
I got her a an Amish apple pie flavored syrup. From Tenutas.
Wow.
Is that yellow?
Down bad. No. It's.
Wow.
Yeah, I don't know. It seems like it'll be good. She likes stuff like that.
My mom is
That's
getting
cool.
a gift card.
That's specific.
From where?
Roundies?
If you say Amazon,
No, she'll probably. I don't know. I haven't decided yet.
So you haven't even gotten your mom a present? and
No,
you're-
because I already knew we weren't celebrating on Sunday, so I knew I had time.
Yeah.
I've thought about it. I mean, I know what I'm gonna get her. I'm not gonna. Oh, I can say it on this because it'll be out by the time I give it to her.
Yeah.
I'll probably give her a gift certificate to her favorite restaurant.
That's nice. That'd be good. My mom's birthday is the same week and sometimes the same day as Mother's Day.
Wow,
Yeah.
that's
So
shallow and
I don't-
pedantic. Mother's Day feels.
like a threat this year.
Yeah,
Feels like a threat for two reasons in my mind.
I would agree.
The abortion thing and the gender thing.
I think that's fair.
Yeah.
You think Mother's Day might go away?
I don't know. They'll probably just change. They'll probably change the name.
They'll probably put Father's Day and Mother's Day together.
Parents' Day.
Parents'
Yeah.
Day.
It's easier.
Which honestly is, I always forget about Father's Day, to be honest.
Well, what are fathers good for?
Creating children to be aborted. No, fathers are good for a lot, but a whole day. A day that's separate from Mother's Day. Fathers don't do as much as mothers, in
Depends on the
a
father
general sense.
and depends on the mother.
Yeah.
See, this is the problem because everyone's situation's different. We have a
Yeah.
day dedicated to mothers, and there's plenty of women who cannot have children. There's plenty of kids that don't have moms that are worth being celebrated.
Mm-hmm.
They have people who are not blood to them who are better mothers than their actual mother.
Mm-hmm.
I think parent/legal guardian day is much better.
It's got to have a better name than that, but I agree.
What
Yeah.
do you think we should call it?
I don't know. Like, it shouldn't be like, that's clunky and dumb. Parent/legal guardian name.
It should be called Guardian Day.
Guardian Day is nice.
Guardian Day would be kind of awesome. Guardian Day would be cool.
Because Guardian's you could get the trad people on board with that too, because they always hate when you change holiday names.
Yeah, but Guardian Day sounds cool.
Yeah.
Guardian Day makes sense. We should get rid of Father's and Mother's Day, put them in the one Guardian Day. Because then it sounds like it should be a bigger celebration.
Yeah, definitely. Because it's always so one-sided with the Mother and Father Day. Because it's like you have, like you said, there's people who have different relationships with their parents, and
Right.
their individual parents, and like it's weird to have holidays that compete with each other
Yeah.
in people's minds.
Yeah.
You know, there's no other all the other holidays are like mono. It's just one singular focus. You know.
Guardian Day should be about just family and family, blood or not, just like what you consider family, because it takes a village. It takes a village to raise a child. You know what I mean? It should be like that mindset.
Yeah.
You know, everyone.
Mhm.
Why are we celebrating one side and one person? Because a lot of people, you know what I mean? Like, some grandparents have come in clutch for some people.
Oh yeah.
You know what I mean? We just forget about there's no Grandparents' Day.
Yeah, there is.
Is there? Is it? Yeah, but is it on the same scale of Father's and Mother's Day?
Right.
Yeah.
I do feel like people often celebrate Mother's and Father's Day and appreciate their grandparents at the same time. Like, I'll usually say
I told my
Happy
grandma,
Mother's Day to my grandma, and then conversely to my grandfather.
Right.
Kind of thing.
but Happy Guardians Day would be cool.
Yeah.
Grandparents' Day is apparently on September 11th this year. Just for the proof.
Some people will be
That's
celebrating two things
That's
that
good.
day.
I celebrate 3 things. There were 2 towers.
God damn it, Jared. Yeah.
That's a good idea, though. We should have more. I hate to not even like inclusive holidays, but just more like
You should say inclusive.
specific. Like I don't know, like more like valued holidays. I don't know, like where you get the most value out of it at once.
No, it's inclusive. A non-religious, non-gender, not anything. It's just
that's
what it is.
okay.
It's like Family Day, but Guardian Day. We'll call it Guardian Day. We'll put it on Mother's Day.
Why don't we call it
good,
Family Day?
Good time of the year to put it on.
I like Family Day better. Family Day.
That could be something different.
Family Day
too.
sounds like Google made it up, though. Guardian Day sounds like I made it up. You know what I'm saying? Like Family Day sounds like Walgreens Hallmark. Guardian Day sounds like it's been American tradition.
You know what's the weirdest thing is when you go to the card section of stores and you look at how they list all the different types of cards. It's like mom, funny, dad, dad loss. like it'll be it's weird how they categorize everything like that. It just looks, when you see them empty and you just see the descriptions, it looks so cold and stark and liminal. You're just like, what a weird structure this is.
And for the low price of $6.99.
Yeah, like all these things.
Cards are $7. I mean, unless you go to the Dollar Tree, who's buying a card for $8? Dude, I went to Noodles and Company today because they have zucchini noodles and I can eat those. It's $13 for a regular bowl. Can you explain it to me?
Was it because it was vegetarian?
Huh?
Just eat a zucchini next time.
Yeah,
I literally could just eat the zucchini next time. But how is fast food so expensive? Like fast food has like a value now. You know what I mean? Like fast food was supposed to be, fast and cheap.
Impulsive.
Now it's like, man, I got to check the bank account. Do I really? That's like 3 gallons. 3 gallons of gas is one shitty Noodles and Company. First of all, Noodles and Company is one of the worst fast food restaurants in America. It's despicable, Noodles and Company. But $13 for a regular bowl should be illegal. Absolutely. What are you looking up?
I was just trying to find something on like average fast food prices and stuff. Just like
always
this
on
is
the
saying
ball.
like $6. A typical fast food meal costs less than $6.
But that's not true anymore.
And fast casual is like $12 a person. That's probably what you're talking about, like Chipotle, Panera.
Dude, McDonald's is fucking $8, $9. There's nothing cheap anymore. Why Americans don't cook much? They're lazy. They're lazy and they don't know how they eat. Some 45% of Americans say they hate to cook. How do you hate cooking?
Dude, that's like a... God,
that's like a lot of people.
We're in a cultural recession for the last 20 years. Like
45%
as fast food grows, like it's... Or people's love of just eating out. Like dining out's cool. Like I fuck with dining out. We have a future budget for how much we want to spend on dining out.
Dining out's fine.
It's $10,000 a year, right?
For dining out.
For dining out.
Yes.
But like, I now understand why you always get so about when you really make fun of people when they don't know how to cook and they admit it and they're like proud of it. But it's like a cope because they're just kind of like culturally.
You get why I make fun
empty.
of people?
Yeah.
Now?
Yes.
When didn't you understand it?
I just didn't care before. I was like, Cade's just, he likes to cook and other people are, I just didn't really think about it or care. Because I was like, I like to cook and I think about it, But now when I see the facial reactions of the people that you call out, I'm like, oh, they're like, what's the word? Soulless. They're like voids. Like they just don't have the, you know what I mean? Like there's just something lovely about like cooking with somebody is really nice
Cooking
too, or
for
just cooking
somebody.
for somebody, or cooking for like each other or for yourself or whatever.
It's nice.
I'm learning to like it a lot because me and Raven are doing it a lot more. Like every time we don't like, we're not eating out really, or like ordering or anything. We just like go to the store and we grab. We'll fucking make pasta and garlic bread. I'm like, I've never made garlic bread before, but we're about to try this shit out together.
Yeah, because
Like
my diet that I'm on, not that I need to be on a diet, but for health reasons, I have to be on a diet. Yeah. I've been having to cook like the bare bones, make like bare bone things taste good. Like I had a meal the other day that was brown rice, stir-fried cauliflower, sweet potatoes, and chicken.
You had baked chicken.
I had
Sounds
chicken.
good.
I baked chicken. No, it was good.
Did it fuck you up at all? Or?
No, not at all. The chicken was very good.
Yeah, dude, everything was solid. I didn't get to try the sweet potatoes yet, but everything. You said it was good.
I just got into like I figured out how to get the cauliflower to the right moisture. I figured out how to, like, people don't understand chicken's hard to cook. You got to do it right. If you got a skinless chicken breast, okay, is the brine. It's very important. It's got to brine for at least 5 minutes. If it's at least 15. Do you know what brining is? Mm-hmm. Thank you, Bryce. Because Bryce cooks. He's cultured. Do you understand? You have to brine it, which means you put it in a bag and you put water in it and you put salt in it. That's all you do. You could do that for 15 minutes or you could do that for fucking 24 hours. But no matter what, you have to do it. Because if you don't, you ruin it. You don't ruin it, but you would be doing a disservice to yourself and anybody who touches your food. All right? And if you're going to bake chicken, specifically, if you're going to bake chicken, you need to lather butter onto it with a butter brush. You need to you need to melt the butter in the microwave and use a butter brush to then brush the butter onto the chicken. Mm-hmm. Then you season both sides. You season both sides. I like to use Old Bay. He does. He uses it a lot. I love Old Bay. But what's great with Old Bay is citrus, because this is the other important part. You have to take a lemon. Half of a lemon needs to get squeezed all over that chicken. Okay? At least half of a lemon. And it's going to take on those flavors. And then what you do with the other half is you cut the other half into 4s and you put it in the baking dish with the chicken. So let's say 4 pieces to 1 lemon. Okay? It's very important. And you bake that like 450 degrees for like 50 minutes. Murders every time. Murders. Every time I've made chicken, people are like, I can taste it. Because chicken is very tasteless. Chicken doesn't have a flavor to it. You know what I mean? It's just kind of meaty. Not meaty, but it just, it's just, that's it.
It's dry.
But mine isn't.
It's dry when it's not cooked right.
People don't know how to cook chicken. Have I ever made a dried piece of chicken for you?
I think one time it was a little dry, but it was like, it's such a shot.
Yeah, one time.
But he asked a question like I can freely answer and he won't respond this way. Every other time you've cooked chicken has been wonderful. I'll say that.
Except that one time.
But that one time, even you said you were like, it's a little dry, but it was fine. It was still good. It was seasoned right. It was cooked long enough, but it was a little dry.
The skin, like you do it at that high amount of temperature, you get the skin flaky just right. It just
crisps a little right.
Crisp just right. It's perfect. Yeah. Potatoes are a bastard in an electric oven, though. That is horrendous. I know this is really good entertainment, but people need to understand that they need to learn to cook, because cooking is culture and culture is class. Okay?
And class is life.
Class is life.
You should at least be able to make like one really solid meal.
What's something you can make that's real solid?
I'm fucking a master at eggs. Like a nice, like I can make your eggs how you want them.
Perfectly.
And I know.
Every time.
And I've done it so much.
Do you put butter or you use Pam?
I use butter.
You use butter. Then you know, because you put too much butter in it starts burning on the bottom and you ruin it. You'll ruin the egg. See, that's what when people go out to like breakfast places and they wonder how they fucking get the egg so perfect, it's because they're on a flat surface. That's how the eggs are so perfect. So when you got to do it in a pan, a skillet is what you need. You need a fucking big skillet. That's what we need to get. Let's get more cooking stuff. I don't have money for that. I love cooking. I just want to get better.
We have a lot of cooking stuff, though.
I just want to get better.
We have a lot of good basics.
We should get better. We need to go around the world and teach these people how to cook. We should make a cooking show on the Tipped and Stiff podcast. That would be amazing. Could you imagine that? Oh,
in our house.
We'll
just go in our house.
Just right here. No, like put a little stove top burner on that little table.
That would be so funny.
Cook up some burgers while you're just doing the pod.
How funny would that be if I was just like turning over meat in the middle of the podcast and they did like come out all right?
Actually, that'd be kind of funny.
That'd be hilarious.
That'd be really sweet.
Let's do that.
Yeah.
All right. Speaking of food, Roe v. Wade is attempting to be overturned. Correct? Am I right about this? It's been a rumor.
It's being suggested that they're considering overturning Roe v. Wade. It was like a leaked proposal.
Now, right now, the Supreme Court is stacked.
No, it was a leaked decision. So it's like,
what does that?
They're not proposing. Like it's like.
Oh, because it's Supreme Court. It's not really like a proposal. It's like a.
No, it's like like they like decided before they go public with it.
But now they haven't gone public with on it.
It's a leaked a leaked decision.
Damn, you know what
Weird.
sucks, Jared?
Oh,
I mean,
opinion,
we'll
Jared.
talk about the implications, but you know what really sucks about this? That I'm on record on this podcast saying that Roe v. Wade would never be overturned.
You are.
It hasn't yet, so
It actually has not
There's
yet
a
been
chance.
overturned.
There's a chance.
The gates are up around the Supreme Court.
Are they?
Gates are up.
Are they for
Yes.
protesters?
Yes.
Oh, they'll burn that bitch
They were
down.
up-
I'm not saying we will, but I'm saying they didn't put those gates up.
Somebody will try. I bet.
Somebody just burned themselves alive in front of the Supreme Court. Do you
Yeah.
not think they can't take it a few steps further?
Just walk inside while you're on fire. It's that simple.
Run for the doors. Run for the doors. They're not going to shoot you if you're already on fire. What are they going to do? You're already dead. Listen.
It came that information. Obviously, it's. I mean, people are like, it's starting like people are freaking out.
I would be freaked out too. I'm a little freaked out.
I'm saying I get it.
No, I'm freaked out. I'm not even a woman. And I'm freaked out.
Yeah.
I don't have the ability to have children, and I'm freaked out because the thing is that Roe v. Wade in my head is something you can't touch anymore because the majority of America doesn't really care. The majority of Americans are pro-choice, vastly. That doesn't mean they're pro-choice up to a third trimester, but when, brass tacks, most people are fine with it. For the most part, the minority of people are pro-life, right, at this point.
In the old conventional terms of pro-choice, pro-life,
Right.
in the sense of having that binary, which that conversation is kind of over.
We should call it pro-choice and anti-abortion.
Mm,
I don't believe in because people
it
who
should be
are
pro-choice and anti-choice.
pro-choice and anti-choice.
Anti-choice, yeah.
Anti-choice, yeah, because pro-life.
Because I'm pro-choice, but I'm anti-abortion. Which what I mean is that I wish that abortion wasn't something that people needed to have, which is just like a given.
Right.
But for the sake of using those old terms, pro-choice, pro-life, that's like how I would phrase that.
Right.
The choice should be there, but it's like, God, I wish that our society didn't make it so that we had people who needed to have abortions because they couldn't, for some reason, take care of a child.
Right. Or health implications or something else.
Yeah.
Right. Or something, a horrendous act had happened to a woman.
Yeah.
Right. So, I don't know. It freaks me out because I don't believe Roe v. Wade should be overturned. I think this is a weird, again, I think I just don't think conservatives are right. That's what it comes down to.
Yeah, not on this one. Not really on this one.
I don't think they're right about a lot of things. I think they're a
big one.
They're wrong on this one. See, I had someone tell me they're like I am anti-abortion. Like they're like I don't agree with it, but they're like but I don't agree with the state telling somebody what they should or shouldn't do in this case.
It should be between the doctor and patient.
Keep it at that.
To be honest.
That's it. You know what I mean? It's not my business to be sticking my head into people's private medical history. Nor do I really want to be a part of that. So whatever you do, do it in good faith or whatever you got to do. You know what I mean? It's not I don't have time. You know what I mean? I'm not going to, I can't I can't get angry about this and I can't be anti it because I also just don't agree on being anti-choice. I just don't think it's the right move. And also the implications of it. You know what I mean? We look at where it's the worst states with the worst states of sex education is the Bible Belt. And the highest teen pregnancy rate. Can you guess what it is, Jared?
Connecticut?
It's the Bible Belt.
Oh.
Can you I can't believe it.
Well,
I just
see what you're nail on the head because fucking the problem is rooted much deeper than anti-abortion or pro-choice, pro-life. It comes from somewhere much older. This whole conversation has evolved so long that now it's about can we have abortions or not?
Right. Well, this is what happens when you have a large group of people who believe in in rather outdated forms of tradition that are not bending to the will of modernity. And we are noticing that when you don't bend or at least become different, you cause problems like shaming people for getting, pregnancy tests. Like, that's a story in small towns in the South. Women are afraid to get pregnancy tests because of the fact that everyone knows each other. You know what I mean? Like, it's the thing that, like, I don't have a supporting medical community. People are going to know. I'm going to be shamed for something I did, right? And that's not how those parts of society operate in shame. They don't operate in order. They operate in shame. Because if they did operate in order, they'd be doing it much healthier. And they'd be, the institutions in which Ryan there would have a much healthier outcome. Do you understand?
Yeah.
Because
It leads
people
to self-harm, in a sense. It leads to, like, self-harm as in, like, your life choices could lead to addiction, like, whether it's, like, substance, sex addiction,
right.
suicide, other shit, like, abuse, like that.
Can we look up?
Shame leads to
I just
that.
want to see I want to see a big demographic map, pretty much. I want to see what. Oh, you got something? What you got
I
here?
have the top 10 states with highest teen birth rate here.
Arkansas, Mississippi, Louisiana, Oklahoma, Alabama, West Virginia, Kentucky, New Mexico, Texas, Tennessee. New Mexico's the only one really in there that you wouldn't consider Bible Beltish. That's it. The rest are. New Hampshire with the lowest.
Yeah.
Interesting. Where are we?
Equally as sus.
Where's Wisconsin on this? Oh, we're doing good. We're pretty up there. We're right neck and neck with California.
It's pretty healthy.
That's a healthy number. 12.5.
I'm worried about New Hampshire. Why is nobody fucking there?
They're all old.
They are
That's
old.
a good point.
It's an old
Where's
state.
Florida? Florida's fucking and sucking. Where are they
yeah,
at?
Florida's got to be down
Wait.
there.
I just saw it. Oh, here it is.
They're not doing bad. I mean, they're not doing great.
They're half old
They're-
people. They're half young animals.
They're above the line. They're above the line. They're above the mean
What does that line represent? Oh, average. Okay, there we go.
average. 6.6. God damn, Arkansas. Like, what is that? That's helping no one. That's not helping
30.
anybody.
Yeah, 30 people for every 1,000 are giving birth between ages 15 and 19.
That's
30. Oh, that's fucking.
That's
30 out of 1,000.
fucking wild. And here's the thing, though. This isn't like looking at this graph and being like, well, why don't these people have abortions? It's more like, what is happening in education that we are not teaching people about safe sex? What is happening that we're not, articulating what you should do, waiting, being safe? Like, what resources are not readily available to teens in Arkansas? Or are they all just that down bad?
Kinda. The shame of religion and that structure failed, and the limitless freedom of sexual liberation also failed.
You think what it is? It's
They
like
both-
a kink. It's like a kink thing.
What?
You know what I mean? Because it's something you're doing. You're doing something naughty.
That's what I'm saying.
Yeah. The more we make,
Because
something-
that's a reversal of the shame, and it's also it doesn't. That's why in that area it's probably that high, because the shame turns it into like a rebellious thing.
I need to get pregnant to get back at my daddy.
The rebellious thing on the other side of the scale of, like, I don't want to be, like, sexual liberation wouldn't be good for me, like, in that sense, like being super like just frivolous with that wouldn't be good for me, is to become completely like what's the word, abstinent, like completely like, but like almost going back to the shame thing, where like you're just repressing that same thing.
Yeah, but no one people definitely are getting shamed for not having sex.
Yeah.
Definitely.
Dude, yeah, because
You're
that's like
right.
the wave. Because that's like the way to be like
That's
in
true.
control of your body, but like it's not.
But it's
Like, I
odd though,
don't
because
think.
majority of people are not having sex. Let's look up another interesting statistic. Can we look up how the average age? What is it? The age of men having sex for the first time is getting higher. Something like that. I want to
Like,
see that.
you mean like people are being older now?
Feels like the first time at 26.
Average age of virginity loss in America.
What
is
if it
an
was horrible?
absolute
What if it was
mess.
like? What if it was like 13?
It's 16 for boys and 17 for girls.
I don't know. This
Is it?
article
That's
has
crazy.
SpongeBob GIF memes in it, so I'm not gonna.
Remember what? Remember what?
Thing
Do you remember last week we were like, we need something academic, and we clicked on Newsweek?
Yeah. Yeah. Well, you and Bryce clicked on Newsweek.
Well, there wasn't a lot of options considering that it was your rabbit hole we went down. And your rabbit.
Dude, to be honest,
fair,
I pride Newsweek on that. Uncovering such a topic.
This is a kind of a hard thing to find.
I remember just seeing something on it. I don't know. We're seeing the rate of not a lot of men are having sex. It's like the whole incel thing. It's becoming bigger.
There's femcells too.
There's femcells, sure.
Yeah.
For sure.
Because of, like, speaking about hetero men, if there's not a lot of men having sex, it's kind of like, well, what are their sexual candidates doing? Like, are they all fucking like the same 5 dudes?
You gotta be hot these days. It's rough. If you're a man, you gotta be attractive. If you're trying to fuck.
I mean, shouldn't you be? A little bit.
Should try.
Well,
Like a little bit. I mean,
try.
attractive is a big spectrum. I know some uggos who've been fucking early since before I ever had a girlfriend.
But confidence is beautiful.
That's what I'm saying.
You gotta be able to play the game. You know what I mean? Sometimes you gotta just play the game. When did you first start becoming sexually active, Bryce?
Like having sex or
No, the first sexual thing you did.
Oh, like middle school.
Middle school?
Yeah, like 8th grade.
Same.
Really?
Yeah. Like just like hand stuff, not anything.
Wow.
And then I didn't have sex until like, late high school.
How old were you?
I think like a junior, like 16.
Same boat. I didn't
And
do
that's like
anything
what a
till
lot I was seeing on here was that it's like, a lot of the ages are like 16, 17, 18. It doesn't seem. This is like a 2000. This is a CDC 2017. Like over half of U.S. teens have had sexual intercourse by age 18, and then like among teen females aged 15 to 19, 42 had ever had sex, and among teen males the percent was 44.
Interesting.
I think middle school is a little too young
to have sex.
To have sex and
Definitely.
to do and for most stuff. I think 13's a little wild. Granted, that was me as well, Bryce. And it's funny though. It's funny when I think about it because it's fine.
13.
But 13.
Have you seen what a 13-year-old I can get a
13's way too
spiral
young.
on?
I think
I guess
see,
throw a
the bar
13-year-old.
is much farther than 13 for like teenagers being. I think like because when I was a teenager, I felt like I wanted to, but I kind of knew I wasn't ready to like. That I could really like do it right or how I thought I should do it. That it could really be like the experience that fucking movies and porn and all this shit told us we should have.
Yeah.
I remember riding around on my bike with my best friend at the time, and I had a girlfriend. I was in high school, and I remember I was like 15. I didn't have my car yet, and I remember riding around on my bike and like saying to him, I'm like, I'm ready. Like I was like, it just hit me. I'm now comfortable with the idea, and I'm ready to have sex. And like I announced it. And I just said it to him, like, isn't that crazy?
And he's like, are you trying to fuck me right now?
He was just like, wow, that's
I'm
great.
happy for you.
And he was just like, it's interesting that you told me that.
Yeah.
A little
Yeah.
bit. I think 16, I didn't do anything until I was 16.
Yeah.
Anything.
Yeah.
Anything.
My first encounter was public. Like I was in a public place.
That's embarrassing.
No one else was around.
Yeah, but
Like when you jerked off, you mean?
No. The
What?
fuck?
Well, what are you talking about?
Sexual encounter was public.
Oh.
It was weird. But it got better from there. They remained private from then on.
very nice.
Well, yes, they did remain. Do you consider a car?
yes.
Okay. Then
Depends
yes.
where you're parked.
On the street.
What street?
Parking a
Depends.
street. Like
I've never
a
had sex
neighborhood
in a
street.
car.
I'm done with all that.
I refuse to.
That shit is just like annoying. It's gross.
I refuse to have sex in a vehicle.
We're big boys. Long boys.
What about a limo?
Oh,
I like you, Bryce.
Yeah.
I've always loved you.
Oh, that's a good out. Yeah.
Because if you have a limo, that means that like no one's coming near it that you don't want coming near it. No one's opening that door.
Yeah.
You got a driver. You don't have to deal with the police. Well, you probably won't have to deal with the police.
Sir, park over here. Give me like 30 minutes. They're like, 30 minutes? They're like, well, I like to build up.
Officer, foreplay is important.
Foreplay is important.
Can't just start shooting wildly into. You know all about that, don't you, officer?
Don't you? See, this is See, this is what's nice about Mother's Day, is that their children can all talk about things like this, like why it's good, why mothers are great. And can I give you a story why mothers are great? You guys remember the movie Get Hard with Will Ferrell and Kevin Hart? Remember when they came out in like 2014? I was 13 years old. I saw it in the movie theaters.
Let me guess, with your dad?
No, with my best friend's mom. We saw she brought
you guys?
us and 3 of my friends to go see Get Hard at 13, right? And she was just like, it'll just be like a Will Ferrell, like Anchorman movie.
Kevin Hart's in it.
Kevin Hart's in it. How bad it can it get? That movie is raunchy. There is a scene in that movie where there's a dick that takes up the entire screen, and it's 4 13-year-old boys. So, like, we're like watching, we're laughing, and his mom was just like, "Oh my God, I can't believe I brought you here!" Like, we were like wailing. I mean, we're like screaming, like like screaming in the movie theater. There's like 12 other people in the theater, silent. They don't laugh the entire movie because the movie's not that good. And but when you're 13, it's amazing. So we're like losing our shit.
Yeah.
And all of a sudden, the scene where there's a dick in like the full front of the screen, it flashes for like 2 seconds on the screen. We actually start screaming in the theater. We were screaming in the theater.
How embarrassing as that parent.
Dude,
that would be so horrifying.
The mom is just going, "No, don't tell your moms I brought. Don't tell your mothers."
Her whole reputation is just banking on.
She was so nervous. She's just screaming. She's like, "Oh my God, that was gross," and we're screaming like it was.
Because she feels dirty for that. She feels like I scarred them. I put an image in their mind and paid for them to go see this cock on a big screen.
One of the greatest moments of my childhood.
Right. What she doesn't know is that like it's this memorable.
I will never forget that. And that's why moms are good. Yeah. That was a mom. You know what else? Though,
They sacrificed.
Thank you. What did what is something that you can think of a mom did for you that wasn't your mother?
Something a mom did for me that I don't know. A lot of them are just very like I don't know. Just I don't know. A lot of friends' moms just being cool, like just being. It's nothing like super big. Just like I've always gotten along with my friends' moms. You know, even when they weren't really getting along with them, like or there was like, I'm always like the friend, like the son's friend or whatever that like. They'll look at when something happens and like catch my reaction and they'll like laugh at it or they'll be like, yeah, right. Kind of thing. Like, and it's like, right.
Jarod. Shout out to cool moms.
Yeah.
The ones who, they go out to the garage and they see everyone drinking and people are proactively smoking a blunt and they just like, "It's another wild night, everybody." And they just walk back inside and take that glass of wine and just walk it off.
First good night this summer. Like, yeah, they're like, damn. They say something like, "Finally warming up."
Finally warming up.
You boys are enjoying it. I like to see that. Like,
yep.
Like,
you gotta love it. You gotta love your friend's mom who knows when you're fucked up and lets you walk it off.
They go, "Let me get your dad. Wait till he sees this." But it's in like a kind spirited way. He comes out and he sees all like the dudes just like sitting around like they're grown, just like drinking and smoking. He's like. Oh, but he's like fine with it because they're gonna stay there and shit.
Right. You know what? It's funny because I'm waiting for Ethan's mom for us to be over there drinking and for her to just come into the basement and be like, "You are a disappointment. Just like hit us with it. Just fucking hit us with it because it's gonna happen." Because the other day I was over there and we were just having so on Cinco de Mayo. This is bad. So on Cinco de Mayo, we went to a Mexican restaurant, which has margarita deals. You'll like this story, Bryce.
Which one?
El Serape.
Love that place.
Now, mind you, they gave us 2 size choices of margarita. Now, I didn't really understand the question. I just wanted the big one. I was just like, I want the most bang for my buck. And it was only $10. So I was like, how big could it be? So I look around and I see everyone's got like, you know, big glasses full of margaritas. I'm like, yeah, awesome. We're going to get a big glass of margarita. And then we all 4 of us order one. It's like 4 of my friends. It's like Ethan and Tyler and just our friends. And she brings back 4 30-ounce margaritas. They were glass bowls. Dude, they were glass
like
bowls.
fish bowls.
Yeah, fish bowls. And she sets them down, and as she's setting them down, I go, we're about to be a problem, by the way. And because the 4 of us look at each other, and Tyler just goes, like, Ethan's like, I'm like, how are we going to finish this? And Ethan's like, we're all finishing it. Like, we're drinking all of it soon. And they was like, we just start, and they're gone. And it's 6 p.m., and I'm like, man, I am fucked up. At 6 p.m., someone who was doesn't
Let's
matter.
be honest. Nobody sober drove that car. You're not going to say who it was. It wasn't you.
I didn't drive, but we made it to the house. We got back to the house. And I don't condone
where's the
that.
story going?
I don't condone this, but we got back to the house and we walk in, and Ethan's doing like this cowboy walk. He didn't drive. He's doing like this cowboy walk into the house with his hands kind of like swaying. And he's like, hey, Mom. And like we all walk in and we are fucked up. And she just like looks at us. She's sick. She stayed home from work. And we all we go into the basement. And I don't know, there was like beers in the basement. We're drinking beers in the basement, and we go upstairs. Ethan disappears. I don't know where he goes. Like, I check the bathroom, I check a room. He's not in any of them. And I'm like, I go upstairs. I'm like, where's Ethan? And I'm fucked up. I'm trying to like play cool. And she's like, he's probably in the bathroom. I was like, yeah, but he's not. Like, did he go to the bathroom up here? And she's like, why would he go to the bathroom up here? Just like hitting me with the like, you're drunk. Go back in the basement and stay there.
Yeah. I imagine parents of 22-year-olds get real fucking tired of that shit after a while.
Well, that's why we moved out.
Cause it's
Right.
because it's like 2. Well, you were at his parents' house.
Yeah, but I moved out. I don't annoy my parents.
We're moving out. We're some people. We're moving out again
We're moving in again.
in November.
This is like
probably.
the Tim Dillon show. We're gonna be moving
I know.
every 2 months.
Kind of funny.
This is what we are
Yeah.
moving.
And I think what'll be different, a lot of things will be different. You know how like it's, I mean, I feel bad for friends of ours who are like doing the shit that we do. Like they're actively pursuing something, but they still live at home, because I know that they could fucking do more if they weren't at home still.
Mm-hmm.
And it would change something about them. You know, it would put them on like that next level. And I know that they know that, because we always talk about it and they express that they know that. But I would just love like to see the level of freedom that Ethan specifically would feel being that drunk just in his own house. You know what I mean? Like in his own
world.
in his own world.
In a safe space.
Yeah. With his homies as like the family in the house. Like would be so,
It's time to make music.
yeah, that'd be kind of funny.
Yeah, but we are moving again. Probably
Yeah.
in November. October, November. We're getting out of here, hitting the road. We have one last winter. We just had our last winter in Kenosha.
Then now we're on to our last winter in Wisconsin.
And then we'll be on our last winter in Wisconsin if everything goes as planned.
Yeah.
But it's a weird thing to think about, Bryce. Bryce, you went away for a while.
Yeah.
You were gone for a while.
Yeah, what were you in for? What did you do? I heard you did.
I was up in Milwaukee going to school and living there for about 5-6 years, and then traveled for about a year, and then came back when the pandemic started, and then moved out like within a year again, because it's tough being at home when you grow up and then come back, and it's like you're an adult now and you're your own person, but you're still like in these weird like house rules and like, you know, what expectations. You don't have freedom anymore. Yeah. You're still living
cringe.
under my roof.
Yes.
Like, okay, well, not anymore.
I'm never moving back in with my mom.
Yeah, you don't want to.
Because she'll kill me.
Or you'll kill her.
Or I'll kill
You'll
her.
probably kill her.
Jesus Christ.
Wait, no. Sorry, I meant it the other way around. My bad.
Yes. Yes. Because it would get bad. It would go downhill very quickly. I get very stubborn. I get very angry at the moment that someone starts posing rules upon me. I get very tense.
Yeah. Because they have every right, but at the same time, it's like, what are we fucking talking? Like, what are we doing? It's obviously an odd situation, which is unfair. It's like it's an odd situation to be as like, because your ceilings are high as like a person. You walk into a room as if the ceilings are much higher, and when they're literally lower, rules wise, and you're in the room itself, you're not fun to be around.
Me?
Yeah, and I'm the same way. Like, I feel like there's not
Explain.
a lot of room.
Elaborate.
You didn't get it from that?
I mean, I get it. You mean like?
I mean like you don't like being boxed in unnecessarily like that by like dumb shit, because you don't like wasting time, and you don't like having meaningless interactions that are just going to turn into arguments.
Don't even get me started.
But at the same time, that made you really good at arguments, which is kind of a blessing and a curse.
Right. Because I argue with you.
Because you're unreasonable. Many times we have arguments, and I just have to tell you I just either say like, oh, fuck off, or I'll just be like, you're being mean, or you need to listen. Please.
He does. I will get mean.
I believe it.
I will get very mean.
Thankfully, I don't have to live with you forever. At some point, we will have our own little nests.
This
you know
is
what I mean?
true.
You know what I mean? And that day
will come in. That day will come in 10 years. I'm kidding. No, it won't.
It'll definitely be sooner than that. But if all goes according to plan, you know, we'll have like we'll have a fondness for that time where we were like, damn, remember when we were just like in a 2-bedroom in like fucking the back alleys of Kenosha and shit, and like Milwaukee or whatever. Remember how dirty that was? And then we'll be like, yeah, but shit was great. Those are like some of the golden hours.
Right.
You know?
Different times.
It was all for this.
It's all for this. In a 3-star Michelin French restaurant in London.
Yeah. Getting so drunk that we grab the brisket knife and we hold the waiter hostage until he gives us more brisket.
I don't know. I feel like I'm in a weird mood right now doing this podcast. I feel like today's a very odd day. Mother's Day is a strange day. The more older and older you get. Yeah. You know, as times change, it becomes different. It becomes different. It becomes daunting. It's the yearly, you know, a year has gone by since the last Mother's Day, and that was a different point. And the one before that, you know, 2 Mother's Days ago was a much different point for me than now. My relationship with my mother has changed, you know, and you start measuring like that. You know, you think about how you interacted with your parents when you were 16 and the way you did when you were 18 and 20 and 22 and 24, and you go, fuck, the nest. I'm in the nest. I'm in my own nest. I'm building my nest, and people will come and go. I will have be influence and influence, right? You know, you move around. You know, my parents have stayed in the same place all their lives, and that is just something I don't plan on doing. Like I will not come back here. You know, when I'm done here, I'm done. The chapter of my life in Kenosha is closed the moment I leave it, because it needs to be. And I need to have a relationship with my mother that's beyond that. That's understanding that, you know, this is letting the birds leave the nest. And she raised a bird that maybe needs to put an ocean between
I get what you're saying.
Yes.
And you and I come at this in different ways. But at the same time, we both have had probably either that talk or we with each other or with our parents that at least I know I have. I don't know if you have, but the next couple years, decade is like, I'm really in what I need. I'm really in like, I'm going for what I need, for what I'm trying to get out of life.
It's the only time you'll have to do that.
For real. Like otherwise it's going to be like, it's either I do it now or I just kind of like drift.
Right.
You know what I mean? Like I don't even see myself doing something structurable in life. Unless I'm doing what I'm doing now, which is the most structurable, creative thing I could think of.
Do your sisters both live in Kenosha?
No, they're like an hour away ish.
Okay.
Yeah.
So they moved away.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
I mean, they're in Wisconsin.
They're in Wisconsin. Like a lot of my family's in Wisconsin.
See, that needs to stop. That needs to stop. I can't keep telling people that most of my family's in Wisconsin. I need to make family in other places. I need to spread them out.
You need to
franchise.
You need to have kids in every state.
Yes. Yes.
And now you can.
Yes.
Maybe.
Yes. Yes.
I'm a lot like my uncle. He lives in South Dakota. He's moved around his whole life. He was in Colorado. He was in New Mexico. Now he's in South Dakota and shit.
I need to try country out.
Beautiful. Dude, Midwest, like the actual Midwest, like the middle of the West.
Mm.
And like even like north of Nebraska type shit. I mean, it's weird out there. It's really beautiful though. It's strange.
That's the thing, man. After seeing I don't understand how you could live in Wisconsin and travel around the United States and not be like, I gotta move.
Wisconsin's beautiful as fuck.
It's fine. It is fine.
Well, how about you go and see what's all out there?
Wisconsin
and come back
is
and let me know how you feel.
Wisconsin is fine. It is average, a little above average, kinda.
Biggest freshwater source in the country.
Dude, I want to be.
We'll be coming back here one way or another.
Yeah, you'll be back here someday.
No, I will live next to an ocean, a real body of water, something that's.
Can't drink that shit.
Once California's underwater, yeah, you'll be.
I'm not going to California.
Okay, either way you go, it'll be underwater, so you'll be back.
I'm not. It won't
Each
be.
hemisphere of the country has beautiful components to it, and they've served different biomes. The animals in Wisconsin are beautiful. And they make some fucking...
Name one animal from Wisconsin.
The beaver. The badger. The what's that one, that black bird with like the red and yellow tail? It's my favorite bird.
Red-winged blackbird? Or...
Yes.
You're on the feathers?
Yes.
The shoulders?
No. It's on the tail. It's on the little booty. On the tip of its wing, I think.
Oriole, maybe?
It could be an oriole.
Oriole's orange.
But not an oriole. Wisconsin's very beautiful.
Wisconsin's fine.
In the north, it's very, very beautiful.
Yeah, but it's just because you're in woods.
Yeah, that's awesome.
Yeah, that's
awesome.
Though.
What do you mean that's it? That's literally the mother of Earth. That's Mother Earth. Idiot.
You go to South Dakota and you go see like the Black Hill Forest and you go, this is a much more real forest than up north Wisconsin.
Real forest? What the fuck are you talking about?
You've never been there.
You don't know what you're talking about.
You've never been there.
I've literally been there.
You have?
Yes, I've been there 3 times.
Then you obviously don't understand how beautiful it is.
Dude, they're both part of the same beauty. You're such a fucking separatist.
They're not. They're really not, because majority of forests up north have been replanted.
Do you think Mother Earth looks at her children, each tree and forest, and says, "You've done better. You've done worse, but I hate you more because of this one. I love you more because of that.
I think
you're more beautiful forest."
I think Mother Earth knows which forests have been preserved and which ones are bastard childs of capitalism.
Right.
Which the ones in Wisconsin, all of them are, statistically. There's like nothing left. If you go up north, do you know how many trees, do you know how many oak, this used to be oak, this whole thing, like old growth, it's all gone. Like it's all been taken. The pine trees and stuff up north, that's not normal. That's not what it was supposed to be. Like people don't understand that the woods in Wisconsin is not like the original woods. Like it's all been burned and cut down and replanted.
You're anti-immigration of trees is what you're saying, really. And I think we should just we should consider releasing this episode after you just said those things. I get what you're saying, but the reason I disagree is because I feel like you're putting an unnecessary values hierarchy on nature. And I think that's just wrong and misguided.
Walking around in the woods is not as cool as people think. It's just not as what people think this. What do you
need it to be?
You guys are talking about how it's beautiful. I'm saying there's a hierarchy of beauty when it comes to nature. It's not breathtaking. It's nice.
You don't know what makes somebody else breath go away.
Yeah,
Get the breath taken.
Yeah, what I don't understand is how I gave you my opinion and it immediately became an attack by both of you because
your opinion is
because you love
ridiculous.
this bum ass state with bum ass.
No one
shit
said
in
that.
it.
I'm saying from a philosophical point of view, you have a very unrealistic and just kind of like shallow view of nature and a scale of nature.
I just been all over Wisconsin. The majority of it is not very pretty.
Have you been to the Boundary Waters?
The who?
The Boundary Waters.
No.
It's the river system that separate. It's like on the northern border of Wisconsin and Canada, and it's like pristine. It's incredible.
I'll have to go check that out.
You can't even drive boats with motors in it. You can only canoe and kayak. It's like amazing.
I'll go check that out. But like,
cool.
listen,
Door County.
I think the prettiest. I've been. Washington Island, Rock Island, Door County. That stuff is cool. Looks great. Devil's Lake, wonderful, beautiful, great place.
You don't mean it though. When
we'll
you're saying
visit
these
again.
things, though. I can hear you don't mean it really.
They're fine. I've just seen so many.
Why do you
more
need it to be 100% every
play-
time?
I'm just telling you, I've seen more breathtaking fucking places than Wisconsin, and I'd much rather go die there.
He wants to die in the best. Okay, I see what you mean. You want to die in the culmination of the best nature, like in the
beauty.
heart of nature and
Die in
beauty.
beauty. The most beautiful place I've ever been to, is Yakutat, Oregon. Oregon's beautiful. Oregon is a beautiful state. You just drive through Oregon, and your breath is taken constantly driving through Oregon. The drive coming from Washington, from fucking what's it called? I can't remember. It's on the east side of Washington. It's like the biggest city there. It's a shithole.
Spokane.
Spokane. I mean, it's a shithole. I mean, it looks like Ukraine. You when you're taking that drive to Oregon, okay, you feel like you go through 3 different climates, but there's one part of that drive where the right side of you is this giant ass river, and you're inside this fucking ravine. And there's a little highway next to it. And there's just these big, beautiful trees and this huge rock system next to you. And there's all these old roads that like fucking, that just twist and wind, and they're abandoned. Like they're not used anymore. And it's just like, you just see like this progression of like man and nature. And it's breathtaking. Like you just see eagles flying through the ravine. And that's like a 2-hour drive. It's 2 hours of breathtaking that. There is not a single spot in Wisconsin that you can drive 2 hours through and have your breath taken away.
That's not true. I'm saying that doesn't really matter.
Jesus Christ.
Dude, it's relative and it's subjective. Like that's awesome that you see that, but it's so subjective, dude.
It's objective. All right, how about this? Let's get it down. Can we look up the top most beautiful states? Let's see where Wisconsin.
Oh yeah. If there's a list on there that means nature's beauty is objective.
Exactly.
I understand now. Thank you, Cade.
Let's get someone else's opinion on which
Absolutely.
one's
We've done it for everything else. Let's do it for this. For whatever reason, you guys.
Grain of everything else. It's a grain of salt. With this.
Get it up.
We don't need to do any of this. What time are we at?
No, get it up.
We're at an hour here.
We get it up. We need to see this.
All right.
So some libcucked journalists can write about which states
travel
have
away.
never been
Put
to.
it on
the
there.
most beautiful states in America.
Top 10. Florida. Florida's beautiful. I wanted the
Have
whole
you seen
list.
the people in Florida?
Yeah, Oregon. Oregon is breathtaking. Okay. Michigan. Yeah, Michigan's
We
probably
have shit like this, bro.
but Michigan does it better. Keep going.
Michigan is the same.
It's the same.
Keep going.
It's
It's
the
not.
same
It looks
thing.
very similar.
We're
It's
literally-
not.
that's the
Colorado. I mean, I don't even know how that's not higher. Hawaii.
same.
Duh. Arizona.
Agreed.
I really want to see
Utah,
Hawaii
Definitely
someday.
agreed.
Alaska. I would love to go. I'm sure that's breathtaking. Montana fucks you up when you see Montana. Number 1. Why did they use that photo for California?
What? They use the full house photo type shit. They use houses. Why isn't each of these pictures a picture of something in nature, something not that's like built by hands?
All the other ones were.
Because this person.
No,
lives
some of
in
the
Los
even
Angeles.
like Florida's one was just cities.
Florida's was
What'd you
weird.
say?
This has got to be like someone from California.
Can we?
This is a travel agency.
Yeah. Can we just get a
paid
top?
for this
Just
to
do a
be written.
50 states ranked by beauty. There we go.
See if we can.
On Trillist, do you want to?
Trillist.
What is
Thrillist?
Thrillist?
Okay, here we go.
Thrillist.
Okay, are we really gonna do this?
Keep
This
going.
is the end.
Illinois is horrible. You notice how most of them are in the Midwest. The ones are on the bottom. All right, let's keep going. Where is it? Okay,
Are we looking for Wisconsin
Yep.
specifically? All right.
that's all we're looking for. Dude, if it's in top 20, I'm gonna be pissed.
Come on, baby.
South Dakota. There it is, 23. More than prairies and dairies, you could wander 800 miles along the shores of Lake Superior and Michigan, not including. I mean, I get it for the lakes and stuff, but I bet see they have the Apostle Islands. Are
No,
really
but
cool.
all those lakes were man-made, and all the trees around them were planted by capitalists, and it's
Dude,
all
a
just
lot of the
gross.
trees were fucking replanted. Those fucking you go up north
Not
and you
more
see
than
you go
north.
see those woods. You go
I know.
go up there.
Oh, I
you
know.
see,
I
it's just the
hunted them.
grid.
I've hunted them.
Yeah, it's boring. It doesn't make you feel like you're in
They're
real
still
nature.
cool though.
They're ass. All right, what is Door County is pretty. I'm not gonna get
Yeah,
that
we have
ignorant.
the Ice Age Trail, 1,200 mile long Ice Age Trail. There's the Driftless area in southwest Wisconsin. There's like mountains and shit. It's cool.
Let's see top. I want to see top 10 again. What do
Oops.
they think the top 10 is? Wyoming is fucking wild.
This just looks cool because of the picture.
See?
It's the same thing.
It's not.
We have
Oregon's beautiful. Washington's beautiful.
These are just hacks because they have mountains.
Sorry.
Every single one of these.
Case
has
sees a big
mountains.
rock and he's like, go.
Yeah, and it's California.
Yeah, that is. If that even is a real picture. Oh, Yosemite. Yeah.
Yeah.
We don't have Yosemite.
It's awesome.
Yeah,
I don't
better
think
than Wisconsin.
I think it's totally different. I think it's they're both fucking amazing
This is what happens.
because I believe
You
in
do need to
God.
move.
I believe in God.
You
and
need to move.
Everything I see is the Lord and the
You
light.
Need to
Yes.
move.
And Bryce knows that I'm
on your side.
I'm safe in that belief because that's just what it is. That's
You
just
need
how I
to
am.
move
And-
and be enlightened.
I'm already enlightened. God's love is in my heart.
Yeah.
Every day. The light shines through
Take
me.
that, bitch.
And
Thank you,
maybe with a
everybody,
bit of
for
luck, the
listening
light.
to
Hold
the
on.
Tipped and Stiff
Maybe with a little
podcast
bit of
with your
luck, the
host,
light will shine through
Cade
me onto you,
Alvarez,
and it'll
and
obscure the
Jarod Surge.
shadow that goes across your heart.
Please check out our producer
That rots you from the inside and makes you see
And that's
everything
a beauty
in
production.
numbers,
Please check us out
even
on
the
Facebook,
rocks and the
Instagram,
trees and the fish and the
TikTok.
clouds and the greenery. Why did you turn him down?
Because I want to hear you.
Oh wait, you didn't turn him down fully, did you? Like
No, I'm
The
good.
podcast is over.